Hello, my fellow developers. My name is Mani, and let's start with the episode 3 of building a super stack template. Today we have to focus on installing the Tailwind CSS in our application in our web template. So let's open our file first. Okay, so we have implemented this as whole for dependency management. Now we have been working on front-end part. In the front-end part, in episode 2, we have covered this RSBuild tool to bundle the assets. And so with that, we have implemented the SolidJS and we have created a sample application for that. So now we have to include the Tailwind CSS also with the RSBuild. As per the document, it is stating that the RSBuild provides out-of-the-box support for the CSS, including PostCSS, CSS module, CSS preprocessors, and CSS inlining and CSS compression. So all things it automatically does, but we have to include one more plugin, that is the Tailwind CSS, and we will do it using the PostCSS option. So just check out the Tailwind CSS docs also. They just recently launched the version 4, this one, and so we are going to use the version 4 for our project. Let's start with the documents. So the installation methods are different here. We are going to use the PostCSS, but there are also some frameworks guide available, so you can check out, like for popular frameworks there are guide to install that. There is also documents for the SolidJS and the RSPack, but if we are check out the SolidJS document, so it is using some other build, like some other build method to bundle the asset. So but we are using the RSBuild, so that's why we have to use this one, the RSPack. And installing the Tailwind CSS with the RSPack, we have to start with this RSPack and latest. So we already did that. So we have to start with this, the install the Tailwind CSS, and it is saying that we have to install the Tailwind CSS module, npm module, Tailwind CSS PostCSS as plugin for the Tailwind CSS, or the plugin for the PostCSS actually, then the PostCSS and PostCSS loader. So the thing is, the RSPack automatically, by default, providing the PostCSS functionality out of the box. So we don't need to install these two. We just need to install these two, the Tailwind CSS and this plugin for PostCSS. And after that, we have to configure this plugin with the PostCSS to enable the PostCSS leader. So we don't need to do this thing, because RSPack already doing this thing by default, so we don't need to add the rule. Okay, we just have to configure this plugin, okay, inside the PostCSS. So we have to install these first. So let's install this with the deno add, and then we have to add the prefix npm, and now we have to configure it. We have to just add this plugin into the PostCSS config. So how we can add a plugin in PostCSS? So if we see our config file, RSBuild config, So we are defining the config using this RSBuild core module. So we have to check the document for this. Okay. So tools dot, you can register the TailwindCSS PostCSS plugin through postcss.config.css or tools.postcss. So we don't need to add the auto prefixer to cause this already had built in. So we only need to register the TailwindCSS plugin. So click here. Okay, so this way we can define or extend the functionality for the PostCSS configuration. So what we can do, the PostCSS option must have multiple option, or we have to check the option like where we can extend our plugin. Okay, so this one. So we can add the plugins using this utility function. So let's start adding that. First we have to tools, page under the tools. You can say tools.postcss, postcss, then the postcss options, or we can directly, but we are not going to update the options, so we just have to provide the plugin. So I think directly we can add here. So and then we will add plugins part. Return with the add plugins. I just type it here. This plugin, TailwindCSS, PostCSS. So require, and this is not usable, so we can add underscore. That will tell it is not, we are not using that one. Okay, let's save this file. So we have added the plugin in the PostCSS configuration, and now we have to create a CSS that will import the TailwindCSS. So that will be the index.css. So we will add this CSS in our root component. src touch src.css. Okay. Where we have to import this. Okay, imported it, and then we just need to test whether it is working or not. So let's add some classes from the tailwind and add in our application index h1. Okay. Now run our server. Okay. So task. We have our task. Task. Now build is successful. Let's check the server. It was 3000. Okay. So let's remove our old CSS first, so we can see the difference. So app.css here, and how many CSS files are? Only one file, and we are using that app.css in this file. Is removed from here and delete this file here. Okay. Cool. Okay, so now our app looks like this. I don't know if the CSS has been working or not from the tailwind, so just check whether we have the CSS for text 3XL and font bold underline. I guess it is not working for now because what we haven't done yet, we haven't imported the CSS. That was the issue. Index.css. Okay. Yes, I mean index.css. Let's start this again. Okay, now it's working. Now it's working. So we can see all the CSS from the tailwind has been imported here now. The underline, right? Font bold, text tracer, all are working now. So we have implemented the tailwind with our application. So just use now some CSS here. Okay. So first the title is okay, but we need to center line this whole thing. Justify content center. Okay. This thing is there. Okay. Let's justify center. So this here. Let's see this thing. Okay, it is center line now, but there are some problems. Okay, the problem is it is thinking that these all child elements are like it is uniting at one, like one in one screen, like one element, then the second, then the third, so that it is doing but these all are different. So what we can do, or yes, we can remove the CSS from here. That is our main part, and add one more parent. Okay. In the class. Okay. Let's unjustify that, and inside this element we have this child element, then build it. Okay, now it is center line and all are as different like it is not flexing. Okay. Okay, now we need to we can add some padding. Okay. With this the h1, or we can give some padding in main. So why not we can give padding of 10. Okay. But we have to give this padding only on the top. Oh, that's fine. Then can we center line this thing, or it is fine? It is fine, just we need to you know we need to increase the font size for these, and then make a list for these and show as link. So how can we increase the font size? Text base. Why not we can add text base for all the body texts? So how we can use custom styles, adding the base styles. Okay. So base style, you just want to set some defaults for the page, right? This is also set just adding some class to the HTML and body elements. Yeah, that we have to do that. So we can add this layer base with the layer base and the layer base and the body font size. But okay, we need to use the apply directives. This one. So for body we want apply text. Just for testing that for now. Build it. Okay. Good. It's working. So now we have to use the text. Start the text base. This one. No, it was so small. Just do the text LG. I think it is fine. Text LG is fine. And we have to, make this more bigger. So I think 4 pixel, 5 pixel, 4 pixel. Okay. Um. Okay, we'll not waste more time on like modifying the CSS for this page because our goal was to just include the Tailwind CSS in our project. So just do some quick CSS and then you're good. Give some line height or here line height if you just add some CSS here or padding. So E1 it should the P the class P and the PT of or the empty of empty2 will be fine. Empty2 4 and the position. Then for each the CSS. Okay. Can we list some list message? Okay. List inside list type. Okay. For the list we have these options. And we want list inside. How you can do that? Just add this class in the to the UI actually. So class list inside. Okay. But we cannot see the list icon. So might be that is the list style. Usually the list disk. So we have to add one more class inside with the list this. And now it's working. Now we have to show these as link. Okay. So for showing as link we have to just change the color and make that underline. Okay, so the color is most basic color. Internet is showing as link. Let me hover over that. That is the underline text blue and dark. Just use that class here and remove that underline from here from the title. So the text is text blue will be 400. For the dark screen we are not doing anything yet, so for the hover it will be 800. Oh, good. Okay, there might be 900. So just 36 and Okay, now it's working good. So here it is good. Now when we click here, so just same thing we have to do here also on the dinosaur movement. So add this parent component. Um, make this as name. Wrap it inside this parent element, and then the h1, config h1. We will have the same padding that we have and before, and then all good. Okay, one more for this link. So can we add any class here? We can add the class. The class will be this one. And we're good. Just need to add some padding at name or some that we can empty 10. That will be the empty 10, not the PT 10. Okay, so we are writing good. Back to dinosaurs, the root component, then again the dinosaur component is CSS, all CSS working for the Tailwind. So yeah, okay. With this, we are done with the Tailwind CSS configuration inside the RSBuild config. And what we have changed, just see. So we have added the Tailwind CSS PostCSS plugin, the Tailwind CSS, and a module. And then in the RSBuild configuration, we have added this PostCSS plugin inside the PostCSS configuration from the RSBuild define config module. And then we removed our old CSS. Then inside root CSS, we have added the index CSS just that we have created using the Tailwind CSS directives and imports. Then we have updated our CSS inside the component, and all is working fine. So we are done here. Just add the changes. Okay. In the backend, we will start with the bun, then Elysia, and then might be we will also add the GraphQL. So we are done with the Tailwind CSS implementation with the RSBuild, and in the next video, we will be installing the backend part. So stay tuned with me till now, and see you again. Thank you.